muzzle loader?
No. I'll just wait till it's back.
You may as well load it, because you can just shoot it out the window if you see one when we're driving by.
Can't do that.
You in trouble for that?
I'll hand it off to you. Get you in trouble for it. Tell them it's yours.
You just told me you thought I wasn't loaded.
I'm sure they understanding.
You guys just try to scare the deer. I didn't think it would actually shoot.
Did you talk about your 2 deer experience? Why don't you tell that story?
I was just thinking about that actually.
Where we were standing, it looked like it was just like one deer ahead at either end.
They moved a couple times. I was just thinking about how cool they were. And how for someone just to shoot them just for fun is really sick. Don't you think you'd feel bad if you just like killed a big animal like that and you weren't gonna eat it?
Honestly, that's why I didn't do that in the first place.
People do though.
If you're gonna hunt just for the heck of it, you might as well just shoot steel targets or something, you know?
Or hunt people.
Yeah,
Then you can just let them lay.
you eat them too.
You don't have to eat them. Unless you're like Jeremiah Johnson, eat the livers. Or
He did that.
he used to, the Indians that he'd kill, he'd cut out their livers and eat either part of it or the whole of it.
Why the liver?
I don't know. That was just his sign. That's why they call him Liver Eatin Johnson. The book, if I'd have read the book before I watched the movie, like the movie's probably among my favorite movies. But if I'd have read the book first, and it's one a true story from eyewitness accounts, I'd have thought the movie completely sucked.
What movie is it?
Jeremiah Johnson, based on Liver Eatin Johnson.
What's his story?
He just went out west to be a mountain man in the 1800s and just ended up marrying a squaw. And the Crows came, killed her. She was pregnant with the baby. So he just went on a rampage, killing Crow Indians. And he'd rip their liver out and eat it. And that was his sign. So they sent 300 warriors, one at a time, to go kill him. He'd just out doing whatever, and like one would come through and he'd kill him.
Why did they just send 300 warriors all at the same time?
Because the honorable hunt or whatever, 300 at one time, they didn't think that was honorable.
So did he die eventually?
Mm-mm. He died in a VA hospital at like age 80 something.
Really?
He died of old age.
So he killed all 300 of them, or did they eventually stop?
He killed all 300 of them.
He had 300 men's livers.
Yeah. And then there was a Blackfoot Indian. The Indians captured him. They were going to torture him. Stripped him down in just his pants. It was real cold. It was a blizzardy night. He ended up getting loose from his binds. Knocked out. Blackfoot Indian captive. Grabbed his knife. Bam! Hacked off the Indian's leg. And then took off through the snow. And when he'd get hungry, he'd gnaw on that leg. Wouldn't that be
So
something?
one Blackfoot caught him and
No, a bunch of them caught him, but there was one that was like gardening,
oh,
and it like fell asleep or whatever. So it like got loose from his binds and cut the guy's leg off.
maybe VA hospitals back then.
Yeah, he served in the Civil War. He fought for the North. He got in trouble for scalping Confederates.
Really?
Yeah.
So was he completely excused for all of his murdering rampage? Like he never had any.
Was it a murdering? How was it a murdering rampage?
around and killed all those people.
Well, he went to the Crows. The Crows are the ones that killed his wife.
Yeah, but he didn't kill the people that probably killed his wife.
Yeah, he did.
You have no idea who killed his wife.
He found his wife's scalp.
I know, but it wasn't the entire tribe that killed her.
But they basically declared war on him.
I don't know.
Sent them
Wasn't
warriors
it
in.
basically a war declared on all those tribes back then?
No. They were allied with like Flathead Indians and stuff like that. There were some tribes that were allied even when they were looking for Geronimo. There were Apache Indians, different tribes of Apaches that were allied with the cavalry and stuff. That's how the Indians lost, because they'd all banded together. They didn't view themselves as Indians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They viewed themselves as like Cherokee, Cheyenne, this and that. Like different Indians tried to band them all together, and if they'd have done that, they'd have probably won. But they all had,
There were
They
so
all-
many civil wars in between all of them.
Yeah, they
were
fought-
just killing themselves.
yeah, they fought with each other all them years, to where, you know, French and Indian War, you had the Iroquois siding with the English, and the Algonquin and Huron and stuff siding with the French. Same thing with the rest of them. War, Civil War, you had Indians fighting on either side.
Where did they get involved?
I don't
And
know.
it wasn't really their battle. I think Algonquin is really sounding
You wouldn't have thought that 200 years ago.
great. It just sounds neat.
You'd have thought Iroquois sounded cool, but not Algonquin.
I think Iroquois sounds cool too.
Huh?
I think Iroquois sounds cool too.
I'm more
I
interested
think
in
Apache
Eastern.
sounds cool.
Huh?
I like Apache.
What are you more interested in?
I like the Eastern Woodland Indians better than the Western. I'm more interested in that.
Did they kind of were more peaceable and they just kind of lived off the land?
Oh, that's just because that's more of the history around here. Like all them Indian places that you see that sell like Indian blankets, this and that, it's all Western. Western Plains Indians. They never. You have to go to a rendezvous like what we went to a year ago, 2 years ago, to see that stuff. I guess it was a year ago, even a half ago. When I could have traded my squall, but I didn't.